Alright, hey, how you doing, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. So, the GB Compo 2025, the premier Game Boy development competition. It's been going on since May 31st and ends August 31st. Today is August 6th, so we've got 25 days left. So, you know, we're a little bit behind the gun here at Studio Anchor, but it's all good. You know, we're here now, and we're gonna make the best entry that we possibly can. So check this out. For this year's competition, it's only 379 joined. The first one in 2021 was 524, and the second one in 2023 was 764. So, you know, it's always possible that, you know, more people are going to join in, like, later in the jam. But I'm actually kind of surprised to see that, particularly because the GB Studio guys have really been killing it. I mean, they have really mastered that engine, and there's constantly, like, amazing stuff coming out of GB Studio all the time. So I'm really surprised to see that there hasn't been that many entries this year. This is something that, I don't know how to say your name, BBR, posted a while back. This is like the ratio between the tools that were used for the 2023 GB Compo. And you can see like GB Studio, it's like 5-1 to GBDK. So we're going to be representing GBDK here. If you are a GBDK user and you see me do something stupid, you know, don't take it to heart. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just a hobbyist, and I'm just here to learn like everybody else. So the theme this year is that there is no theme, which was kind of disappointing when I first heard about it. I don't think I was the only one who felt that way. You know, it's kind of like waking up on Christmas morning and, you know, instead of an N64, your grandma got you like a barrel of monkeys or something, or like a light bright. But at this point, you know, starting so late in the game, I think this might actually, you know, work out for us. This might not be a bad thing. All right, so GB Compo 2025. Let's get to it. All right, let's take a look at the agenda for today. We're going to do a quick idea recap, potentially do like a quick design doc, which I've just realized I've never actually written a design doc. We're going to build up our basic repo, which I've kind of got here a little bit. We're going to make sure that we can build. It's probably ideal. We're going to copy over some of the core features of like a template engine that I've been working on. And then we're just going to get some very, very basic gameplay stuff in there. I guess I can talk about this template. So this is something that I've been working on for, I don't know, like a year. I did just take a hiatus for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 months. I haven't done like any sort of coding in like 3 months. So it's potentially, you know, there's a good probability that I'm going to be pretty rusty here. But I suppose I could show this template a little bit. I've been having issues with the control pad here. Yeah, for some reason, I think I gotta restart my computer. For some reason, I gotta select the input every time. Yeah. So the idea behind this repo was like to just have like a starting engine, essentially, for any sort of GBDK project. But, you know, as you can see, there's a lot of crap in here. I guess I can make this bigger. There's a lot of crap in here. And for this project, I think instead of like using this as a starting point, which is something I would usually do, I think I might just selectively copy and paste things over. Just because I don't think that this is going to be a huge game or anything like that. It's not going to be like a big Zelda game. So I'd rather keep it lean. So you know, periodically you're probably going to see me copy and pasting stuff over. I'm copying from this GB template thing that I've been working on. When I first saw that there was no theme for this year's GB Compo, my first thought was to sort of interpret it as like no theme is like no rules, that's anarchy and stuff like that. So my first thought was actually to do like a beat 'em up. For some reason I was thinking like Streets of Rage and like anarchy in the streets, I guess. But you know, as time passed and June ended and July started, I was like, okay, maybe that's a little bit too ambitious for this. So my second thought was to do like a battle dodgeball clone, which I think I should have back there somewhere. The idea basically was to do like battle dodgeball, except kind of throw in like Mario Kart items somehow. I didn't quite figure that out. But to have like boxes or something, you can get items and use items somehow. So that was the second idea. And then July ended and August started. So now our new idea is super simple. It's basically a clone of a game that I used to play on Addicting Games, like way back in the day, if you know what addictinggames.com is. I should look it up. I don't remember what the name of the game is, but I am calling it Drop Blocks. Essentially, it's like a wall jumping game where there's blocks coming down, and it's like a floor is lava kind of game. There's lava rising up, there's blocks dropping down, and you got a wall jump to keep away from the lava. So that's sort of the basic idea of the game. It's you know, it's super simple, it's super small. Hopefully it's something that we can finish in like 3 weeks. Alright, let's get this design doc going, I guess. I don't know how to write a design doc. I'm just gonna dump stuff in here. Okay, so we have floor is lava, blocks coming down, wall jump to keep away from lava. We definitely want like a counter thing, like a HUD. Right now I'm thinking like it counts pixels of how high you've gotten, so that way we can store like, oh, here's your record of how high you've gotten previously and things like that. I was also thinking of doing like items and maybe like a ground pound. And the items will give you like a double jump or like a dash or like a hover or something like that. I don't know. And something that I definitely want to try is to do multiplayer. That's definitely going to be tricky. But I think it would be really fun if you can like ground pound each other to win and potentially jump on each other. And first one to hit lava loses. What else we need here? We need a splash screen. We need a title screen. We need menus. Gameplay modes. What was I thinking? I think I was thinking like a free play mode. I was thinking of like challenge modes. Like a party mode. Maybe only items happen like a party mode. And I guess multiplayer. Or I guess that has all of the above. Okay. I mean, I think that's it for now. Just to give you guys an idea here of what we're talking about, this is something that I whipped up like 6 months ago or something like that. We're probably going to start a new Asebright project. But this is basically the gist of it. We've got like a base starting floor as the blocks come dropping down, and you got to do a wall jump to avoid the lava, which is basically coming up here. This lava is going to be interesting. We're basically going to be using some background tricks to get that lava to work. I've had plenty of time to think about this, and I probably should have figured out how to do the lava exactly, but you know what, we'll figure it out when we get there. Alright, that's good enough for now, for the design doc, I guess. Now that we have such an awesome plan, I guess let's start working on the repo. Let's see. Let me take a look here. In the template, how do I have this set up? Again, I haven't done any coding in like months. Let's see. Source. Right, okay, it's coming back to me now. We're probably gonna need this include, I would imagine. What's in here? Yep, I don't use platform. Toxa is gonna probably yell at me. SGB, okay, fine. H-plane copy. Yeah, not using platform. I don't know how to do that decompress stuff. Yeah. Random, definitely need. Yeah, we'll delete that eventually. Oh, okay. Yeah, Toxic's definitely gonna yell at me. We're gonna have to fix this include file at some point. The way I've been working is to just have like one master include file, and then in all the source files, I would just include that one include file, just to make my life easier. But it does cause issues, so it's not the best way to do stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete all this crap for now. Do we need a main? Yeah, we can keep a main. We are going to need src folder, right? And yeah, let's just copy and paste this main file. Let's see what the hell is in here. Yeah, as you can see, include file. Oh, I gotta restart. You know, it also just occurred to me that they did update GBDK during my hiatus. So I'm not gonna do that now, but at some point we do need to update GBDK. Anyway, what do we have here? Okay, we got the main engine, game state next, game state, okay. We got some environment stuff. Oh, okay. We gotta clear all. Set CPU, send interrupts, enable interrupts. Okay. Switch on. Yep. Gonna get rid of this debugger. None of this stuff is gonna work. What's in include main? Let's get that in here too. Oh, I also need this common. Let's see. Oh, versions. That's good. All this stuff I don't have yet. I do use manual banking. I know that's something else I'm gonna get yelled at. You'll have to forgive me. Maybe at some point we'll do some auto banking in this. It could potentially be a good candidate. Right now I'm just trying to build like a really basic app to get this started, and I haven't looked at this code in a very long time. So just trying to clean it up. Okay, init system, init game update engine. Okay, do we have that stuff here? Init game update engine, init system. Okay, we're gonna have to bring in the clears. Okay. Alright, so what's in my bank 0 stuff? Utils? Nope, it's not in bank 0. It's in bank 1 for some reason. Okay, let's get rid of all this crap. Camera can go. Clears can stay. Emotes. Phase we're gonna need, but we'll bring that in later. Let's just bring in the stuff that we need for now. Can I delete all this crap at once, please? Assets, audio. I think for now, we're gonna need to bring back all this crap. But for now, let's just keep the system stuff, because I think the system stuff here is what is gonna tell us if we're using Game Boy Color or Game Boy. And these clears is just clearing VRAM and RAM. Completely unnecessary. What the hell is in clear all? Great, my IntelliSense is not working. Also, my brain is not working. Clear OAM and clear VRAM. That seems kind of expensive. For no particularly good reason. And this is kind of annoying, because what you end up having to do is, if I recall, bring in the include file there. By the way, if you haven't figured this out already, this is not going to be a tutorial series. This is going to be a stream of consciousness. Set CPU. Alright, it seems like IntelliSense is working all of a sudden. Oh yeah, here's the other annoying thing with how I set things up. IntelliSense is not working because it brings you to the declaration and not the definition, which is really annoying. Should probably fix that too. But anyway, we gotta clear all here. Set CPU, that's probably in system. Send interrupts, enable interrupts, those are built in. Add SAO, that's built in. Okay, init game, init inputs default, set default palettes. Shit. Init SRAM headers. Okay. Let's get rid of that crap for now. State, is that in? How do I do this? Bank ROM main. Let's ignore that for now as well. Actually, let's keep it. Oh, shit. I remember. Yeah, all this stuff is useless for now. So the basic idea of this engine, the way that I wrote it, is, you know, this is your bootstrap function. It's going to init the system. It's going to run init game, which does all this stuff. System does all this stuff. And then, basically for the game loop, it basically just runs this pointer to whatever currently what engine that you want to run. The idea being, you know, I might want to have an engine specific for like a title menu or something versus the main game. And since you can't change the pointer from inside that function, I have this function outside for every loop that runs to change whether you want to change the engine, change the pointer of that function to another engine. So that's basically what this does. And it basically checks, hey, is my game state next not equal to game state? But let's not do any of that crap for now. Let's just try to get this to compile. So yeah, I'm not even gonna do this because that's not gonna work. I don't have inputs. Can I do a printf? I can if I bring it in. I'm gonna add that to the delete me because printf is really expensive. It's not something that you want to use in game, and also it eats up a lot of ROM space in Bank 0. So printf. No, I don't want to do that. Let's just do. Let's just do hello world. Alright, just double checking, make sure that our make file is not crazy. What is the deal with this? Alright, not sure why the colors are so weird on this make file. Alright, whatever. The only thing I wanted to check here to see was, okay, we're gonna compile it to MPC5. It's a 1 megabyte ROM with 16 kilobytes of RAM. Yeah, I mean, that's all I really need to see. We have opcode speed on for some reason. Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, I guess that's fine. All right. Well, let's see if this even builds. Nope. Set CPU implicit declaration. Set CPU might be used before initialization where you use set CPU. Oh, I know what happened. Set CPU. Again, this is kind of the annoying part. I just forgot to include it in the include. That's probably why that's not working. Let's see. Nope, still busted. Engine main init. I thought I took that out, no? 109. Oh, right, yeah. Just comment all this crap out. Alright, finally. God damn it. Why does that keep happening? What is that? It's so annoying. We're not seeing anything, probably because it's Game Boy Color. Yep. Reload. Still not seeing anything. Init system. Let's see. Oh, it's probably this. On the Game Boy, if you have the window on, it's not going to show you anything in the background. Nope, still nothing. I forget all my hotkeys. What is... Here we go. Okay. So we should be printing something. Did I forget to compile? That always helps. Alright, cool. So, at least we're building now. I think I'm gonna cut here real quick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut here real quick, and just do this stuff off screen just because I don't think it's particularly exciting, so. Yeah. Okay, so at least we're compiling now. That's always good news. So I gotta clean up this stuff. I think I'm gonna cut now and just clean this stuff up and bring in that that engine system that I was talking about, just because I don't think that's gonna be too interesting. And also bring in some inputs so that we can start building some assets and things like that. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, folks, we're back. We got a quick sandwich, and it's all coming back to me now. Like I said, a little bit rusty, but basically I got hung up a little bit here with the core features, right? With just this main file in this init system and in this init game, which runs in the main bootstrap function before even our engine stuff runs. I had all this crap. You can see here all the stuff that I had to bring in from the template engine code. You can see these are one-to-one with all these include files. I had to bring in all this stuff just to get that to work. But we got our sort of engine pointer and the update function for that pointer working. You can see in the main init, so I try to follow the init main and destroy sort of pattern. I never end up using destroy. I don't know, maybe because, you know, it's the Game Boy and you're not really doing dynamic memory or anything like that. You don't really need to clean up any garbage as long as you're setting up the next thing correctly, in my experience, from what I've done so far. But you can see that in the init, basically all I'm doing is just setting the next game state to main, we're printing hello, and we're right back to where we were, I don't know, before I ate a sandwich. So unfortunately, you know, I thought that we had some time to get into, you know, just some real quick Sprite stuff and just get a character on the screen moving around and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we're losing light quick. You know, I started really late in the day today, and I'm starting to look like, you know, I'm trying to solve a murder in a Scandinavian crime drama here. So I think I'm gonna cut this episode right here. I'm gonna keep working, obviously. I'm thinking maybe I might do more of a sort of casual sort of devlog kind of thing later tonight, where I'm not so much trying to like make an edit and like produce an episode or something, where it's just like very little commentary and just me coding. So might do that, but I think we are gonna wrap it up for this episode right here. So, but yeah, anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.